What's good, homies? Welcome back to another episode in our West Tigers rebuild series. Back with the decider of the State of Origin. And before we get into the game, we're going to take a quick look at the lineup right now. Alright, so everything else is pretty much the same except for the bench. We did bring Josh Maguire back. I actually just forgot to put him in on the last game. So we've got him here now in the decider, and he'll be coming on as a replacement prop.
Let's talk about motivation. Motivation is the reason why we do the things we do. It's the motivation that affects the nature of our behaviour, the strength of that behaviour, persistence of our behaviour. It's the strength of your motivation that will sustain these players through the tough periods of Origin football. Queensland have got it. They've always got it. They know why they play. But every time New South Wales changes this team, they've got to search for it again. People ask me when this Queensland dominance will end. I can't answer that question. Only the players that take the field can make that statement. But what I do know is until New South Wales finds 17 players that say enough is enough, until New South Wales finds 17 players that will stand shoulder to shoulder and fight to the death in a common cause, then and only then are they a chance of beating this champion Queensland team. Do they have those 17 men here tonight? We're about to find out. Enjoy your Origin football.
Alright, so we're going to start off the decider with the Blues in attack. As Fafita gets an offload away to Farah, he's going to get pulled down just before the halfway line. Almost 10 minutes in, as they shift it once again, coming down this left side, and it's going to be Croker, who almost makes it to our 40. Little short ball here, and we're going to give a penalty away. Tried putting a shot on Morris with Wallace, but as you guys know, it mostly results in a high tackle as they find the line, and they're going to send it to Jackson on the first run. And again, we give away a penalty. That's 2 in a row for Jared Wallace to start off the match, as they take the 2 on the second one. It definitely wasn't a tactic or my intention to go high, but I was just rushing up off the line, trying to put big hits on to start the game. But it's almost impossible to do so post-patch, as they find their way within our attacking zone once again, getting the kickoff on the last, and it's going to be Gagai returning. And we're going to get pulled down inside our 10, as we get a penalty here on the first. We're only 15 minutes into the game, and there's already been 3 penalties. Obviously we kicked a touch, and we're going to send it to Wallace for the first run, as he fends off one defender, races back in field looking for support. And we get it out to Munster, he gets it away to Papali, and we're going to get pulled down inside their 20. On the first tackle, and we're going to test the blind side as we send it to Napa, fends off a defender, and he gets stopped just before the line. We're about half a metre out as we go short to Oates, and he's going to get driven backwards beyond the 10. On the third, we got Napa running onto it, links up with Ponga, who steps around one, and he's going to get the pass away to Wallace in support, as he powers his way to the try line, and that's going to be the first point of the game. Great footwork late at the line by Ponga, who did well to get around one defender, Drew and Tedesco. And it was this man right here, Jared Wallace, who had a pretty rough start, but he makes up for those penalties with a nice little try here. As we eventually get the green lights, and we're going to go up by 4 points, but before the kick, we'll take a quick look at the replay here. So pretty much all it was footwork by Ponga, little draw and pass, and it was a great line run by Wallace outside Fafita, gets a little momentum going and carries the Blues captain over with him for the try. As Munster lines up the kick here, and of course we're going to nail the 2 points and go up by a converted try. Well, actually we're going to go up by 4 points. I forgot about that penalty by the Blues. As we jump back into the kickoff, Maloney with the kickoff, sends it down the throat of Ponga, and it's going to be Jared Wallace taking the first hit up off the kickoff. On the first, inside our 20, we send it to Napa right through the line, had to fend his way past one, fends past Tedesco. Tedesco tries the second time, then gets goose-stepped, and we're outside their 40 after a massive run by Napa. Another short ball here, and it's going to be Papali right through the line, finds the gap, runs over Tedesco, and we're going to score our second try of the game. And it was just a set full of big runs by our big boys. As we take another look on the replay here, Papali running onto it straight between Boyd and Marin, runs at Tedesco, bumps him off, and then we just run straight to the try line from there. A simple try in the end. but it was a big run by Dylan Nupper that set it all up. As we take the shot off Munster to push our lead out to 10, 20 minutes into the game, and we're looking pretty decent so far. As we take the first run off the kickoff with Papali, Inglis at dummy half, goes short to Nupper, who fends off another defender. Another massive run by Dylan Nupper. As we get pulled down inside the 40, we try and go for a scoot with McCulloch, gets a pass away to Wallace, and we're still on the 40 here. As we try and find the line on the third, looking for a 40-20, and I don't know why I tried to get rid of it then. It wasn't on the first time. I don't know why I tried to kick it the second time. Well, we lose it forward anyway, and we put New South Wales in a good position to score some points. As they send it wide to Maloney to Croker with the footwork, almost drives his way over the line. Fifth and last for the Blues. A bit of a slow play the ball here. They eventually get it to Maloney, who puts up the bomb, and it's a beautifully placed kick. It's Holmes versus Tedesco, and it's going to be Tedesco coming down with it, but he gets thrown back into the field of play. It was a pretty decent attacking set by the Blues, but even better defensively by us. As Wallace goes on a little tear here through the middle. Pulled down on our 40, as we go short here on the third. A slick little inside-outside puts Oates into space. He gets the pass away to Maguire, and we're going to get pulled down on their 40. Beautiful play so far. As we go to Munster on the left, goes wide to Inglis, and he's well defended, eventually getting pulled down just outside their 30. The fifth and last, we got Munster here in the pocket. He puts up the bomb. They've got Tedesco fielding it as he makes the catch here. Gets around Oates chasing, and it's going to be Kalen Ponga who has to turn and chase. And he's not going to be able to close the distance as we try a little ankle tap, get goose step, and Tedesco comes up with the 4-pointer. He's been pretty poor defensively so far, but he makes up for his errors with a try of his own. As Maloney adds the extras from right in front, and they're going to head into the break, trailing by 4 points. Looking at the halftime stats here, and as you can see, it's been a pretty tight half. The defense for both teams has been pretty average, but even worse were the errors and penalties conceded. Alright, as we jump into the second half, it's the last for the Blues. We're going to be fielding it here with Valentine Holmes, and we're going to get pulled down outside our 10 to start the set. On the first tackle here, we got Munster at first receiver, drops a short ball to Josh Maguire, who breaks the line. We find McCulloch in support, who fends off a defender, and we're going to get pulled down inside the 50. Nothing fancy in attack. We've made these line breaks just running through gaps, as Hess finds space himself, and he's going to get pulled down outside their 20. On the third here, approaching the 50th, we go to Ponga. We try stepping our way through the line, but it was a fail and a half. As we go wide to Maguire, he goes wide to Munster, inside to Cherry Evans, who pops another short ball to Michael Morgan. 3 playmakers there linking up, almost creating the line break, but wasn't good enough. As we go to Munster on the last, he puts up the bomb for Inglis, giving chase, and it's going to get well defended by Mansour. As we jump back in attack, and like I was saying before, our attack's been pretty slick, but we can't score off it. As we break the line here with Morgan, we try and float one out, it gets intercepted and scooped up by Mitchell Pearce, and they're going to be inside our 20. Probably should have just held the ball there, but it's too late now. As they shift it out to Andrew Fafita, the captain gets pulled down on the 10. Second tackle as they quickly go to this left side. Josh Jackson trying to power his way over the line. We give the penalty away, intentionally might I add, and they're going to take the 2 points. Wasn't too confident in our goal line defense, as Maloney lines up the kick, and to get them within 2, he's going to slot the goal. Alright, 15 minutes to go, back in attack. We're up by 2 points on the 30 here, on our own 30, as we go wide to Munster, who fends off one, and he's going to get wrapped up outside our 40. Third tackle, we go to Oates on the left side, and he just takes it to the line. Looking to put a 40-20 through here, as we get it to Munster, shooting for the opposite corner, kicking against the wind, and we're going to get the perfect bounce as it trickles its way into touch for the 40-20. Now unfortunately our so-called slick attack couldn't put anything together, and we are back here receiving the kick with a few seconds left in the game. We start celebrating with Gagai here, running sideways, winding the clock down as we finally get tackled, and that's going to be full time here at ANZ Stadium. We barely win our second series in a row. This time it's with a fairly young pack. It wasn't the most pleasing of games, but we do get the result we wanted. And yeah, that's 2-0 for us in Origin, as our captain hoists the shield here, Darius Boyd. I really like the pack that we have. One thing I might change next time, I think I might start Morgan and put Munster on the bench. As we take a look at the full-time match stats here, and it's going to be a forward picking up man of the match, Josh Papali. As always, drop that like button for more Rugby League Live 4 content. Thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you later.
Double cup sipping, gon' try something different. I just drank up all the soda, got no ticket, but I'm